guys, this is Emily Roman and
Jesse Arrojave. I think it's third episode. You got to get it by now.
Okay.
Right.
We are going to be talking about choosing between paid and organic marketing strategies for tax pros.
Yep.
We can probably dive really deep into this episode, so I'm gonna try to kind of cut you off.
Please,
because we're Latinos, okay? So we talk a whole lot, okay?
Way too much.
So we're gonna try to keep it short and sexy, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So let's go ahead and begin talking about the difference between paid and organic marketing.
Sweet. So specifically when it comes to, I guess, the industry as a whole and tax experts as well, organic is that sweat equity. Like, what is the content? What is the content that I'm creating? How am I addressing the pain points of the customers, right? Like, am I creating video? Am I creating infographics? Do I have a calendar that I follow, right?
Yeah.
So you want to be able to create a lot of this content because, one, it positions you as a thought leader in the space. People see who you are, and especially when it comes to taxes, like you want to know if I can trust somebody with my taxes, with my finances, with my wealth generation as I continue to build. And so when it comes to organic marketing, specifically, I want to push video.
Video is hot right now.
It's huge because you can get a lot, through someone's personality. If you can trust them, if you like them, if they're smart, if they're capable. And so, especially when
you can't fake the funk on video. You really can't.
You can't really fake what you know. I mean, fake it till you make it, but really on video, it comes across a little different.
Yes.
So I really emphasize to a lot of tax pros who do have the time to do it, to engage in some of those pieces where it's, like video graphics in particular, talking about like what are the tax industry updates that are happening now? What are some tax tips?
I want to cut you off.
Please go. Yeah, I'll start going.
I want to say that like the whole if you have time situation for businesses, I can't subscribe to that. Okay, you have to make time for these things because these are the things that are going to grow your business, right? A lot of my students, I tell them that as a business owner, you have to do revenue generating activities. And you have to kind of create a list for those activities. Like, what are those revenue generation activities? And one of them should be content creation, and like we were talking about, video is where it's at right now. So you want to make sure that you are putting some time and effort into creating videos. And if you are a person that has OCD or is a perfectionist, I totally get it. I am a recovering perfectionist.
OCD addict.
Yes. I totally get it. That is why we have a program for video mastery.
That's correct.
Where we help you, with all of that process so that we can just kind of just take it off your plate. All you have to do is show up for your business. Okay. So I don't want to hear about that whole if you have time stuff. I really don't. Okay. Because you got to make it.
And to that point, just kind of speaking a little bit of that tax video mastery program, it really is taking off the video content, it's not that scary, right? We make it really easy to where we provide personalized scripts, customized scripts, things that are important to your niche or the things that you want to talk about. Obviously, we want to make sure that you are the face of the brand, right? Like, you have to be on video. So we do set up like a call where we show best practices. Hey, make sure that you have a tripod that's kind of stable so you can see yourself there, easy. Maybe the lighting, maybe some of the audio. So we go into a little bit of that. And what the best part about this is, what most tax professionals, and I guess most people in general when they're creating content, is that editing piece. Like, how do I make this super engaging? How do I connect with my audience with these pattern interrupts, with these visual cues? And so once you create that video yourself, then you can just send that over to us and we'll edit it like a master, right? Like,
and by the way, guys, it is November 30th when we're recording this video, and we are gonna be actually hosting a 12 days of Christmas campaign where we're gonna be offering some sweet bonuses that are gonna be added to the video mastery program. So if you're watching this video, whether it's on Facebook ads or wherever, because you're going to watch us, you're going to see us.
You're going to see it somewhere.
You have to sign up for more information because I'm telling you, video is where it's at. It's going to it's going to blow up in 2024. And if you don't have video for your business, you are going to lose your edge. Yeah. You're gonna fall behind, and we don't want that for you. So this is why we created this program. So just make sure that you sign up for the 12 Days of Christmas campaign that we're going to be doing shortly. And the first time that you do these videos, even just being on like a podcast like this, the first time it's a little scary. It feels a little unnatural, feels a little weird. You're looking at, does my hair look good? Or like all these little things, right? These nuances of whether they're, just making sure that you do it right. Yeah. Just dive in. Like after a couple of times, it's so easy. I mean, if you look at the most successful YouTube channels, if you go all the way back to their first videos, they're like, horrible. Yeah, they're like horrible. 8-9 views. Like, they mess up a lot, but it's really starting off, right? Because again, to that point that we spoke on early with the niche, if you go ahead and know that you're going to plan out your journey for the next 20 years, right? If you're going to be in business for that long, you have to create these things in order to make sure. All right, Jesse, let's talk about paid. Okay. What's paid? So paid traffic is more along the lines of using platforms like Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn to create a targeted message for a particular market. Yeah. So it's a little faster in terms of finding that ideal audience on Facebook. And being top of mind. Being top of mind, right? Having someone download a lead magnet, whatever the case is. Now, there's a couple of things that I want to make sure that I address with tax professionals. Okay. When it comes to businesses in general, you can't see marketing as a luxury expense. It's a necessity. You have to include some sort of budget for your marketing. Yes. Right? So when I have conversations with some tax professionals and they'll say, well, I just want to do $5 a day or $10 a day. Okay, yes, I get it. We're on a limited budget. But just understand that you're doing two things. One, you're not letting Facebook do its work. Yeah. Right? Because what we want to think about when we're creating ads or spending money on ads, you're not really spending money on ads, you're buying data. Ooh. Right? Like you're buying data. Facebook. Expert. Okay. Right. You're buying data. You're making Facebook smarter. Yes. Like the longer you're in a campaign, let's say 30, 40 days, Facebook is picking this up. It's really, really smart. So think of yourself more as like a data buyer, and you're putting in the right things to make sure that. It's interesting that a lot of these things, and we're on episode 3, and most of it kind of just all the way comes down to having a better mindset in terms of how to run a business, how to grow it. And I wanted to kind of just hop onto the pros and cons of paid marketing, because you're talking about the $3 to $5 a day situation. Yeah. Before we get into that, though, you still can have ads at $3 or $5 a day, but don't expect to get leads, right? Like you just can't. I mean, maybe like in a week or something. Because that's directly reflected in the reach, right? Yeah. So if you give Facebook $5 a day, it's only going to reach 500 people. If you do $15 a day, it'll reach 200 people, whatever it is. So you're paying for speed. You're paying for Facebook to learn faster about your audience to make sure that you can create the right kind of offers. So if you don't have $3,000 of paid advertising budget, but you can pull $3 a day, I'd still say run the ad. Run the ad, but not with the expectation of getting clients, more to the expectation of like, I'm going to be top of mind. Awareness, right? Awareness, yes. I like kind of brand awareness campaigns. And then, you're going to have to kind of switch to, okay, I don't have, financial budget for that, but I do have time budget for it, right? And so now you're gonna put the sweat equity in, because if people are actually watching your videos on Facebook ads, they're gonna wanna then look into your social media accounts, and if you don't have anything there, you kind of lost somebody, right? That's a great point. Yeah. Like in terms of combining the two, right? Yes. Like if you do have a paid ad and they're like, oh, snaps, this looks pretty good. Like, I like the value here. They go to your page and it's blank. Yeah. There's no consistency. There's no link in bio. There's no lead magnet. There's nothing. Yeah. Yeah. If you're not optimizing your bio that way, it's just that first impression, you just missed out on an opportunity because you've caught someone's attention and you've done the right thing by setting it up the right way. But then just on the back end, that kind of organic piece is not there. It's just, you're shooting yourself. And just a little note. This strategy of top of funnel, kind of using $3 to $5 for brand awareness actually lowers your cost per lead using Facebook ads in the long run, because then you can create a retargeting campaign. But we're not going to talk about that here, okay? If you really want to know some really master, level strategies, and you want those executed in your business, just join the Facebook group, and then, ask for more information to one of our team members, because we have a program that actually gives you all of these strategies. You actually get Jesse and I on a weekly basis, twice a week. We talk about strategy. We custom tailor these strategies to where you are in business. So there's tons of value there. Let's talk about the pros and cons of paid marketing, because ya empezó a hablar.
I was about to go. I'm mad that you cut me off. But I'll let it go. I'll continue with the pros and cons. But you know what? I'm going to say it. So to that piece, I want to emphasize. Dang it! I lost my place.
See? He needs to go to pros and cons.
You should have let me just go. You should have just let me say it. Okay, we'll go with the pros and cons.
Yes.
I'm sure it'll hit me at some point.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, let's go. So when it comes to pros and cons, obviously the paid marketing bit is going to give you more of an instant gratification, if you will. You're going to see the ROI pretty fast.
Yeah.
With organic, you're building the foundation of what your business is going to look like, the ethos of your business, what you want to portray, the messaging, the branding. That could take a little while to convert, but I think to that point, you're building the right kind of infrastructure around your business.
It's a marketing ecosystem.
Yeah, it's an ecosystem, right? And so I guess I like to, from a tax professional standpoint, yes, I know you spoke to the point of, hey, I might not have time to do this, right?
Yeah.
Or like, hey, you should shift your mindset. You should.
Yeah.
I think that because they're so focused on running and operating their own business and keeping up with tax laws,
block a day in your calendar.
I'm like siding with the tax professional. I understand the hurt, and
I am an accountability coach.
Okay,
I'm an accountability coach. I don't want to hear that. Block one day a month to create content.
That's true, and to that point, this is what I'll say, because if you dedicate, for instance, an hour a week, right? Think about that. In an hour, you can probably create, I don't know, maybe 4, 5, 6, 7 little scripts.
Conservatively.
Right. 30-second, like YouTube Shorts or Instagram Reels. And if you do have 4 or 5 of those, like within dedicating 1 hour a week, think about what next week will look like. I could post Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, off of the strength of 1 hour. But we really want to, and to your point, let's shift that mindset. Let's make sure people know, hey, it's not that daunting. It's not that overwhelming. And with the Tax Video Mastery Program, we can help.
Boom. That's it. It's over. It's over. Okay, but you know what? So the points that we actually put here in for this video, it was, the pros and cons of paid marketing, the benefits and limitations of organic marketing. We kind of cover that already, right? Like, obviously with one, you're going to be spending money, right? And you have to have some very realistic expectations about what your money's going to do with that paid advertising strategy. And then the benefits and limitations of organic marketing is obviously the time consumption, the mindset around it, where it's like, oh my gosh, I don't have my makeup on. Because I know for me as a woman, I gotta have my makeup on, I gotta got my nails done, I gotta feel good about myself. But again, it all goes back to having a good mindset. If you're waking up every morning, you're taking a shower, getting dressed, putting your makeup on, without the plan of actually recording, you're already kind of just taking that aside. You're kind of, addressing that objection. Yeah. So there's a lot of mindset situations here that you need to kind of like internalize first to then be able to approach organic marketing like it should. Plus, and I also think organic marketing is kind of like a long-term thing too.
Long-term game for
and
sure.
You have to be okay with that. Yeah. Like if you're going to go through this, you have to be okay with that. Now, some people might say, you know what? I ain't got time for organic marketing. I don't got time for it. I'm just going to throw
money into ads.
Just money into ads. Is that good or bad?
Is that good or bad? I think there should be a nice, healthy balance. And just real quick on the organic piece, it needs to be purposeful.
Yes.
Like it has to have value. Like I don't recommend like outsourcing it to like, let's say a graphic designer in the Philippines to help create, tax tips or like that. It's not gonna work. It's not breaking through the mold, right? So make sure that the content is purposeful. It adds value. It showcases what you know, who you are. Don't just post to post.
And
really
to your
think
point
about
on that, there's a book. I don't know who is it by, but it's called Snow Leopard. And it talks about creating content as a thought leader. And one of the things that I loved about this book was that it actually called out the cookie cutter content that you see every single day.
Oh my God.
It's like 5 tips to,
it's all the same.
It's really like, how do you expect to stand out when you're just basically following the same pattern, the same content? Like, you want to make sure that it's intentional. And I want to even add that maybe it's not even about the volume at first. Maybe it's about like you really creating stuff that you're proud of and that is going to help people. Start there. Spend maybe that hour to like really think about like, what do I want to say that is truly going to move the needle for the people that I want to serve. And just record that video and throw it out there. Now, am I going to tell you that volume is not going to actually grow your business? I'd be lying to you. Volume is going to help you for sure. But you wanna, if you're just starting out on this, start there first. How can I serve this person, or how can I serve these people? With a video that is actually true to me. And sometimes throwing rocks at stuff, sort of like what I'm saying to you guys about like, look, I don't believe that you don't have enough time, right? Or that let's stop calling tax businesses seasonal businesses, right? It may
challenge that for sure.
Challenge the things that you feel passionate about. Throw rocks at things, because that is going to actually set you apart from everybody else that is just kind of creating cookie cutter content.
To piggyback off the organic piece, I think what's also important, it's not just like, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. Think about like how that reflects within Google, right?
Oh, yeah.
So,
SEO.
Yeah, from an SEO side, like, you're creating all this content, right? That you can use a lot of AI tools, like with it, whether it's ChatGPT or a transcriber of some sorts, right? To create a lot of these blogs, put them on the site, start to rank for keywords, and then you start to see your search results, your ranking start to increase. Not to mention include some like reviews, like review retention strategies included in there, and just to kind of bring everything together, right? Like now you're attacking it properly from a Google side, right? You're getting some leads in that way organically. Then you're looking at it from a Facebook content creation that side. Same with Instagram. All of these mediums should all have a place where they're going to go, where they start that journey. And what's that journey? Well, whether it's a booked appointment, whether it's submitting some tax documents, whatever that looks like, right? You always want to have whatever vehicle you're using, make sure that it has a connection to that first step in the journey.
I love it. All right, it's time to wrap it up. Go ahead, Jesse, wrap it up.
Thank you so much.
I got it. Thank you so much for watching this episode. We want to make this show as raw and fun as possible. We want it to not be too edited either, because we want to show you that we're real people.
And we make mistakes too. Like, we're going to make mistakes the same way, like when you start doing video, like, you're gonna make mistakes, right?
Exactly. So make sure that you follow us on YouTube, follow us on Instagram. We'll leave all the links down below. And if you want more information, if you want more help, if you want to network with fellow tax pros, if you want to network with us, if you want to speak to me or Jesse about your business, feel free to join our Facebook group. We'll leave a link on that as well. And as soon as you get in there, one of our team members is going to say hi to you, is going to make sure that you are well taken care of. And then you can ask them about, other resources or products that may be able to help your business move forward.
And to that point, if we feel like, hey, we're going to use that platform, that Facebook group, to share as much content as we can. And if we get on a call and if we're not a right fit, hey, we're not the right fit, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Like it just depending on where you are on your journey, and we'll let you know, like, hey, you might need, maybe a content strategist, or maybe something here, or maybe a virtual assistant that can help with some of these things. Otherwise, it might be very difficult to include some of the things that we have within the program with you. So we'll be very transparent. Like, if it makes sense, we'll absolutely find ways to help. But just want to make sure that you have the Facebook group as well. It's a no pressure
environment. It's an environment that, because business and entrepreneurship can get lonely. So it's really good to kind of set yourself up and surround yourself with people that are like-minded individuals. And, to your point, there is no pressure. But come join us.
Would love that.
We're fun. He doesn't give coffee, but I do.
I'm more of a tea drinker, actually.
All right.